The Russian Liberation Army, also known as the Vlasov Army, holds a complex and controversial place in history, reflecting the tumultuous events of World War II and the political dynamics of the time. Led by General Andrey Vlasov, the Vlasov Army was a military force formed by Soviet prisoners of war who had switched allegiance and sought to fight against the Soviet Union alongside the Axis powers, primarily Nazi Germany. The origins of the Vlasov Army can be traced back to 1942, when Vlasov, a Red Army general who had been captured by the Germans during the Battle of Stalingrad, began to collaborate with the Wehrmacht. Vlasov, disillusioned with Stalin's leadership and the oppressive Soviet regime, saw an opportunity to form an army that would fight against the Soviet Union with the goal of establishing a new, non-communist Russia. The Russian Liberation Army was officially created in 1944, and it consisted of both former Soviet soldiers and anti-Soviet Russian immigrants who had been living in exile. Initially, the Vlasov Army was deployed on the Eastern Front to fight against the Red Army, but as the war progressed, Vlasov and his forces found themselves involved in battles against the Western Allies, particularly during the Prague Offensive in 1945. The motivations of those who joined the Vlasov Army were diverse. Some genuinely believed in Vlasov's vision of a liberated Russia free from Soviet oppression, while others may have seen it as an opportunity to escape the harsh conditions of German prisoner of war camps. However, it is essential to note that the Vlasov Army collaboration with Nazi Germany and participation in actions against the Allies has led to its controversial legacy. The Vlasov Army fate was sealed with the end of World War II. As the Allies advanced into German-occupied territories, Vlasov and his army found themselves on the losing side. The Relay's leadership was captured by the Allies, and many members faced repatriation to the Soviet Union, where they would likely be treated as traitors. General Vlasov himself was handed over to the Soviet authorities, and he was subsequently executed in 1946 after a show trial. The legacy of the Russian Liberation Army remains a subject of historical debate and scrutiny. Some view its formation as a misguided attempt at seeking freedom from Soviet oppression, while others see it as a collaborationist force aligned with the Nazis. The Vlasov Army complex history raises questions about the individual motivations of its members, the dynamics of wartime alliances, and the challenges faced by those who found themselves caught between the authoritarian regimes of Stalin and Hitler during a tumultuous period in world history.